And I believe that with all my heart.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for that. And you know, I want to talk about Planet Nine. I've listened to that album like
Yeah.
four times, and it gives me such a Portishead, Bjork, Depeche Mode, Nine Inch Nails. It's just
Yes.
such a great fucking album. It's so needed. I listen to it over and over. Now I've heard that you said you're not gonna do any performance on it, but you being an actress and knowing what the visual does with the colors and the schemes, like it gives me colors when I see beautiful
But
colors.
if that's your planet, I put 8 songs on that album because the
Mhm.
9th one is for your mind to create. The 9th song is your image to create. 'Cause when I was 10, I used to imagine the origin of Planet Nine is I used to imagine this planet coming out of the ceiling when I was in military school. And when I got to America and I was so freaked out, it was really traumatic. And so I put this planet around me, and like you, I would wonder, what is the light? What do these lights look like? What does the sound like? All these frequencies. And then, like astronomers 6 years ago found Planet.
It's 2020. The world is going through extreme changes. The only chance we have is unity. We have to stand together as one against global injustice, racism, and bigotry. We have to take a stand.
There's been so much depression, struggling through all of this recession. Everybody's trying to get paid, but taxes is always gonna break us. We just trying to feed our children. People that are sick need healing. We will like finally make a cure for people that's dying and buying these drugs out the store. When are we gonna get better health care? We ain't trying to live off of welfare. I need your voices to speak up, scream. I don't wanna live in a system. Why they trying to take my freedom? Why they trying to kill my people? It's time to take a stand. Oh, oh, oh. Time to take a stand. Now they trying to build bigger buildings, knocking down memories we lived in. Senators with undercover missions, debating on who can make most of our decisions. What about the hard-working lower class, trying to make their way up to the middle class, trying to pay their rent with a little cash, putting sisters in position to give up the ass. This is not the way we should be treated. I am human just like you. Raise your voice if this is true and take the stand. I don't wanna live in a system, no. They tryna kill our brothers and sisters. Oh, oh, stand up, take a stand. Oh, time to take a stand against police brutality. I can't breathe, you're killing me. Anyone who looks like me been fighting since slavery. To all my mothers, I feel your pain. To all my fathers, let's make a change. Protect each other, this ain't no game. We just gotta take the stand. I don't wanna live in a system. Why they tryna take my freedom? Oh, time to take a stand. Time to take a stand.
To all my people who want to make a change, stand up. If you
white, black, it don't matter. We gotta stand together. Take a stand.
Hi, my name is Dara Bragg, and I am a director, producer, writer, educator, author, and the CEO and founder of Success in the Arts, Inc., aka SITA. Opening up the entertainment industry to see what's inside. SITA was born in 2010, and in 2011, we had our first event, which was the SITA Conference, and it was a major success. What we did was we brought in entertainment insiders to speak to attendees about their journey to success. Then a vision came about, and the SITA Awards was born in 2017. And the SITA Awards brings artists together from filmmaking, playwriting, choreography, and we honor those different genres and more for their artistry and for their special, innovative, unique projects.
It made me feel like I was special.
A piece of a legacy that was always very, very important.
Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Tamala Baldwin. Last year, I had the opportunity to attend the SITA Awards, not only as a guest and nominee, but ultimately as a winner. You pretty much are surrounded by beautifully dressed people that are in your field, actors, writers, producers, directors, and they're all there to celebrate the arts.
Hello world, it's your favorite director, and I just want to give a huge shout out to the SITA Awards. I had the honor and pleasure of being a part of this award show for 2 years straight, and I just have to tip my hat off to the people that run SITA Awards. It's such a beautiful award show. They really care about the arts, they really care about the people, and I'm just honored, like I said, to be a part of it and to be able to call them family now. And I encourage anybody to get involved with the SITA Awards, whether it's just volunteering, whether you're submitting films, submitting your work, or you're just showing up as a fan of the arts.
I met Dara Bragg a few years back from my good friend Alvay Alexander, who also has been a part of SITA for so many years. So I've spoken on different panels at SITA, sharing my story, all the adversity I've experienced, and also the triumphs. SITA is definitely where you need to attend so that where you can network and meet other artists that have the same dreams and aspirations as you do.
Hello, my name is Terry Khan, and I am the proud recipient of the 2017 SITA Awards for Best Web Series. This was one of the greatest accomplishments for me. I did not expect to win, and I look forward to this year and next year and many more years to come.
So if you're looking for an outlet, if you're looking for a support system,
if you're looking for something fabulous to do,
whenever you see the words success in the arts,
I encourage y'all to get involved with the SITA because
definitely check out the SITA Awards.
Come and join us.
Come out to SITA and be a part of this amazing experience.
They're doing great things out there.
It will be a memorable and great experience.
You'll have a great time.
I would go again and again and again.
Keep doing what y'all do.
Thank you so much for all of your support.
I'll see you all soon.
Thank y'all.
Thank you again.
And I hope to see you at the next Success in the Arts seminar or Success in the Arts SITA Award Show. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Brian Parker. I'm the CEO of Empower TV. And I just wanted to take time to thank you all for viewing our TV channel. If you hadn't had an opportunity and you want to know how, and you have a Roku streaming device or a smart TV with the Roku app, it couldn't be any easier. Just go to your search for channels, pull up Empower TV, add that channel, and get to watching. The great thing that I love about our channel is that you have two viewing options. One, you can simply sit back, keep your feet up, and watch our live stream, which will show you various content throughout the day. Or if you just have that one show or two shows that you just really want to dig into, we have an on-demand category that gives you the option to binge watch to your heart's desire. Either way, you're locked into Empower TV. We're constantly looking for more and more people to join our family, from content providers, those that want to be able to put their short films, talk shows, blogs, music videos, podcasts, any of those kind of things out there. We're here for you. And because we don't do exclusivity, you can still have this content of yours on other platforms, including Vimeo and YouTube. Okay? So you can still have your stuff everywhere else without pulling it down and putting it exclusively on Empower. We would love for you to promote the channel as much as possible, because viewership means exposure for you and for the channel. If you're an advertiser, do you have a good, do you have a service, do you have a business? Is there a product? Is there an event that you would like more and more people to know about? Please reach out to us at theparkermedia@gmail.com. Let us show you some of the different options that we have from an advertising standpoint that are very budget friendly. Please make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel and get other people to do that as well by simply just sharing the channel, letting them know. That way, when we break in live, which I tend to do, you'll get notifications letting you know that there's a live show. Please let us know how we can help you. We want to grow with you, and we want you to share us with those that you know so that we can continue to grow. Thanks, guys, so much for watching. Hope you have a happy holidays. We'll see you soon. The Empower TV Network. We are a platform for independent artists, TV shows, sketch comedy, podcasts, and more. But we're also a platform that can advertise your product, your goods or services to a wider audience. So please take a look at Empower TV Network and consider us for your advertising needs. Visit us at parkermediacompany.com. Email us at theparkermedia@gmail.com.
Hi, my name is Christine Sloan Stoddard, and I'm going to be reading just a few poems from my new book, Heaven is a Photograph, from Clash Books. This first one is called Photo Sniffing, and this is the photo that accompanies it. My camera seeks crooked teeth, chapped lips, capillaries. Humans are more photogenic than cyborgs. The next poem is called Maker, and this is the image that accompanies it. I envelop toys and trash with clay, spinning cocoons from found objects. Then I take up camera and tripod and march into battle. The battle for moments, the battle for magic. What stories will I make today? Plant a flag and capture the narrative. Drama can be small, tiny even, tiny as a spider's eye. I take after insects and arachnids. I am the hive, the hill, the web. The lens is my soul, is my...
And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. Get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. Comma and a comma.
What's going on, people? Yeah, I had to play my intro twice. Why? Because we've been out for a while on holiday break. So, hello, everybody. Hope everybody's doing good. It is Monday, November the 30th, 2020, last day of the month. November. Hell on. Heck of a month, isn't it? Can you believe it's been 27 days since the elections? Actually, tomorrow makes 4 weeks exactly. And we are just getting certifications and things like that. So, man, this seems like it's been a little bit longer than that, and in some ways it doesn't. So 28 days down just about, and about 51 to go before inauguration, January 20th, 2020. So it's coming. My God, can we hold on and make sure the dude doesn't crash the place? Anyway, so a couple updates. We are now entering into our 4th month on the air. Very, very good. And we're getting stronger and stronger and stronger. You know, I'm seeing where we are getting a lot of traction internationally, which is very, very cool. Even had to give me a history lesson because I thought it was someone from St. Martin. And in a way it was, but I did not know that the island of St. Martin is split down the middle. That there's a Dutch side and then there's a English or French side. One side spells the name Saint Martin with the S-A-I-N-T, and the other side spells it just S-I-N-T, and Martin is like Martine, M-A-A-R-T-E-N, and it was some viewers from Saint Martin, as well as Chile, as well as United Kingdom, as well as Mexico, as well as Canada, in addition to the United States. So thank you for everyone just tuning in. You know, I am able to see who's chiming in, so I really appreciate that. What I wanted to do was, before I stepped in, was to just air a little bit of the channel. So if you were here at the beginning and you saw what came on before me, that is actually what runs on the channel 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Maybe not those exact same things, but those are programs that are constantly running all the time. And most importantly, they are programs that are available on our on-demand. So I do that because there's a lot of people on Facebook and YouTube that still, for whatever reason, have not heard of Empower TV Network. So just to give them a little bit of taste, not replacing my network with YouTube and Facebook, but you meet people where they are. And if they are on those outlets and you reach out to them and say, hey, come join us. So if you have a Roku app on your TV, or if you simply have a Roku streaming stick, all you have to do is go to your channel search, type in the letter N and then the word power, and we should show up. Please add us as a channel. We would love to have you. And also, just as important, we would love for you to be able to share with everyone else and let them know about Empower. Also, if you're on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and share our page on YouTube as well. Just search for Empower TV and it will pop up. And you'll be able to see that we're just starting to grow that right now. Hasn't been on all that long, but what we're trying to do is have a cross of outlets to be able to connect with people. Okay, so we don't, even though Roku alone has over 75 million users, we definitely know that other platforms have a lot of users as well. So why not reach out to as many people as we can? As I always say, and forgive me, I always itch when the camera starts. I don't know why that is. Scratch. Hey, Trump sniffles. I itch. Anyway, couple of things. We are always looking for content creators. So if you or yourself makes movies, short films, you do comedy sketches, talk shows, podcasts, anything like that, and you would like to be on our platform, please reach out to me, either a direct message or email at theparkermedia@gmail.com. Would love to talk to you. Or if you are a business owner, if you have a good, a service, please reach out to us. I know advertising dollars, for a lot of people, they don't have a budget for it. Let me show you how just $20 a month can get you some decent advertising on our platform. Okay? So reach out to me, The Parker Media, the PARKER media@gmail.com. Great. And coming back this week, we will have, in addition to all the great content that we already have, our head-to-head series will be back this week. First and foremost with head-to-head sports, myself and Mr. Randall Hargrove will be on Thursday still. And we will start looking at the games of the week and everything like that. So that'll be exciting. We'll recap the NFL. It's been a crazy week in the NFL, particularly with the Ravens-Steelers game that is at this moment been changed 3 different times. So actually, when we go to record on Wednesday, the Ravens-Steelers game will just be getting underway. That's exciting. All right. But so many players out for that game right now. Out of their 53-man roster, I believe that they've got the Ravens, speaking about, have about 38 of their guys. The rest are on COVID reserve. Either they've been tested positive for COVID or they've been in close contact with someone that was. And we just saw yesterday, the Denver Broncos, all 3 of their quarterbacks were sidelined because of being in proximity to a quarterback, and they weren't following the protocols, wearing their masks. So now they had to be sat out for yesterday's game. And they end up pulling the guy off the practice squad that's been a receiver, but played quarterback in college. Hadn't gotten any practice, any snaps, anything like that, and it was a disaster. Of course it was. So Randall and I'll be talking about that because I'm really interested in find out from him if he felt like the NFL was trying to make an example that if you're not going to follow the rules, follow the protocols, then you're just going to have to roll out there with whatever you have left. And if that costs you potential wins, then hey, it's on you. You don't follow COVID, then COVID's going to follow you, and follow you to the lost column, and they lost in glorious fashion. So that's just what happens. And then, secondly, our flagship show, Head to Head with Brian Parker, be back on Friday. We recorded on Thursday. As always, looking for people to join our panel. If you or someone you know would love to do that, please, by all means, send us a message at theparkermedia@gmail.com. Let me know a little bit about yourself, why you want to be on the panel. Not that deep. Just want to get a feel for you, because we're going to go and record it, and we want to hear your opinion. You don't have to be a political science major or a civics major or, some pundit that does this as a full-time job. I look for the average person, because the average person has to deal with life, and they're not probably in some bubble. They probably have to pay taxes and have to budget their money and all those kind of things. So that's what we look for. If that's you, or if that's someone you know, please, 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 The Parker Media, as you know. All right, what else? So we will start coming back on a little bit more. I really want to get into some different subjects on our head-to-head shows. Right now, it's been a lot of 2020 election lately. And part of that is because we got a fool in the White House that don't know what it means to lose with grace, to be able to be an example to other kids. This is the example of the kid that when they don't get what they want, they just sit there and kick and scream, thinking that eventually somebody's going to give in and let them have what they want. Now, it's one thing that when a 2-year-old thinks that that's the best way to get what they want, but when you're over 70 years old, it's really just sad. It's also dangerous. And, there's going to be people watching this that are not going to be happy with the fact that Joe Biden won. I get that. There were a lot of people that weren't happy 4 years ago when Donald Trump won. And I'm in that camp. And as hard as it was to believe, and we all had our reasons for thinking that, it was messed up, we moved on. Now, that doesn't mean that we fell in line and we were all of a sudden like, yeah, that's my president, and da-da-da-da. And we all had our different reasons for that. Mine was because, you want me to follow you, then you have to be a good example. I'm not following a jackass just anywhere. Nor would I want my family to follow me if I was that kind of a jackass. How do you, as a leader, expect people to follow you when you're not being a good example of what it is they need to follow? And that's the issue that I have with this man is that only person he cares about is himself. He's not thinking about being an example. He's an example to himself. And sometimes that's just because, maybe there were things in his life where he didn't really feel like he had an example to follow, or the example that he's following is what he's emulating, which is very scary. Because at the end of the day, whether you go to a sporting event, when you go to a sporting event, even when your team wins or they lose, you know that somebody wins and somebody loses. Now, there's certain games where there's ties and things like that. But when the game is over, you just move on to the next game. You don't boycott the stadium. You don't say, I'm just going to sit in my seat until the next game, until you change the score and all that kind of stuff. Now, listen, if there is fraud, prove it. Put up or shut the hell up. You have anything that would show, and here's the thing, folks. If there was any proof whatsoever, it wouldn't be brought up in necessarily in press conferences, that's okay too. but it would be brought up in a court of law. If you have evidence, the time to bring it up is in court. For whatever reason that you don't want to show anybody else during a press conference, which, I mean, what's going to happen? It's going to change? It's going to disappear? Is it that flimsy? But when you've had over 30 cases and they all get shut down, basically because you don't have any proof, and trust me, if you had a little bit of evidence, half of these conservative judges would be more than willing to give you a little bit. Because they understand. Yeah, we want them in here so we can put more of us on the bench. But at the same time, you can't make the judges subvert evidence and want them to do something that you can't do, that you're supposed to do. Everybody has a role to play. Even the judges that you appoint have certain guidelines that they have to go by. So if you can't bring in any evidence, they can't help you. So Trump, dude, you can kick and scream all the way to the Supreme Court if you want to. People can talk about Bush v. Gore, but that's like me trying to compare a gourmet cheeseburger to something I just picked up at McDonald's. They might look kind of the same, but they really aren't. Why aren't they? Bush v. Gore was, less than 1,000 votes that we were disputing. And some was because of the Chads and everything else. And most people that bring that up, they know that. They just use the overall example of people not immediately accepting the results of an election. And it was a lot more to it than that. There was some reason to not just immediately say, okay, George Bush won. And I mean, my God, dude, at the end of the day, even though the popular vote isn't what determines who sits at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, you lost by 6 billion people. Real people. You lost by 6 million people that voted. That's not to say if every eligible voter voted, what that number would really be. When that many people say they don't want you, just move on. Just move on. You just don't want to admit to losing. You don't ever want to admit to being wrong. You even said that you've never asked God for forgiveness. I get all of that stuff. You're your own man. You're self-made. Your dad may have loaned you that money, but it was your idea. And even though you bankrupted and he gave you some more money, that was still your idea too. You're very self-made. We get that. Bravo. Here, this is what you want. All I got for you, dog. You got 51 days to do whatever else the hell you're going to do up in that White House. But after that, it goes back to the people. It's always been the people's house. But we're going to have to get some sage up in there and get your stench all out of it because of all the ignorance. Now, I don't want anybody to take this as I'm in any way overly thrilled that Joe Biden is president. Problem is that when you've been in an abusive relationship for 4 years, the next person automatically looks like Mr. Rogers. If you don't know who that is, you've got Google. But so for right now, yes, he looks better because of who he isn't more than who he is. What I mean by that is that once they're in, then, hey, they got to be held accountable too. There ain't no free pass just because we're in the same party. It's like it's like rooting for a team. Just because you root for that team doesn't mean that you don't hold them accountable. I'm a Carolina Panthers fan. But just because I'm a Carolina Panthers fan doesn't mean that the team can do anything. I'm just going to say, yay, team. No, I want you to draft the best picks. I want you to have the best coach, have the best facilities. We want to hold you accountable because at the end of the day, the goal is for us to win and win together. So I'm still going to hold you accountable, even if now my team is on top. We still have goals. We still have things that we need you guys to do that directly benefit us. So you can't just get up in there and kick your feet up and say, see y'all in 4 years or 2.5 when we start campaigning again. It ain't gonna work like that. And I think people will see the difference going forward than they've seen in the last 4 years, where more or less everything was rubber stamped. I mean, to the point that when the RNC, the Republican National Committee, had their conference this year to nominate Trump, every single year that there's a presidential race and then there's a conference, each party comes up with their party platform. It's a way of identifying yourself. Who are we? What do we stand for? When you go to a company, companies have missions and creeds and things that they go by. This is our culture. This is who we are. This is what we believe in. These are our fundamental beliefs. You know what the Republican parties were? They have it. Basically, they said, whatever that orange man tells us, that's going to be our party platform. We're not offering anything. It's not democracy, guys. Our founding fathers left the place because they did not want to be under a king and a queen. Not having a platform or deferring everything to one person, going unchecked, rubber stamp, taking it back to King days. What was the point of leaving? This experiment called America was supposed to be something totally different from that. And for a lot of the last 4 years, it really hasn't been. So we have to reconcile with that. But the next 4 years will not be like the last 4, where we basically deferred to a wannabe autocrat king. And this is going to be an administration that's going to have to get up every single day and work. And yes, we will hold them accountable. And there's going to be people that just outright hate them because they have a DB beside their name. And I get that. But trust and believe that us D's and I's out here are going to be louder than you are when it comes to holding them. I don't think anyone that voted for Joe Biden is satisfied just because Joe Biden won. That's not how we do it. Not going to be feckless, not going to be reckless. Change has to come so many different ways. And hopefully, if the Georgia runoffs go correctly, guys, I really honestly believe that if you know somebody in Georgia, please, please, please encourage them to vote. We have to get Joe Biden a Senate that will be able to bring things forward. Things cannot just be lofted up in the House of Representatives. Nancy Pelosi, even with a smaller majority, still has a good chance of getting legislation passed. But if Turtle McConnell is sitting there at the gate and he just keeps the door closed, then it's all for naught, and it's just basically political theater. You know, too many people have died this year from COVID, and there's a great percentage of them that didn't need to. Yet there's still a lot of political theater as to whether we're going to renew people's unemployment, whether we're going to extend eviction notices so people aren't being kicked out. All these things that are affecting people, especially at this time of the year, where it shouldn't even be left with uncertainty right now. All that political theater. People are dying, people are fighting their livelihoods, people are losing their jobs. Oh, but the stock market is the highest it's ever been. It got a damn thing to do with the average person. We need relief. We need people that are serious about making sure that we have relief. Close by, call, stay active in your community. Make sure that you know who you sent to these places. Make sure you keep them accountable. And if they don't do their job, when it's time for them to be reelected, vote their ass out. And then once we do this enough times, people go into these seats and they understand, if I don't perform, I'm done. I wish we could sometimes do it like they do in the NFL. Head coach don't make it sometimes to the end of the season, because sometimes after 10 games, they say, you know what, I've seen enough. You can go. And they may, well, not may, they end up having to pay you for the rest of the season. But what they say to you is I'd rather you be gone and not pay you than for you to stay and continue this mediocrity. And that's kind of what we need to do with our elected officials. Now, we can't vote them out before the elections, but we can hold them accountable, and that's what we need to do. Guys, listen, this has been great. This is, again, November the 30th, 2020. I'm Brian Parker, host of Head to Head. Please, if you're watching this video, then that means that you're replaying it. Thank you for watching it. Do me a favor, please go to our YouTube and find Empower TV. Please like, share, and subscribe. Also, do me another favor. Please go to Roku, add Empower TV Network channel. Watch it a couple of hours a month. I'm not telling you to, stay on it. There's a lot of channel options out there. But the more viewerships we get, the better, the stronger it makes us, the more it helps us grow just a little bit. Not asking for any kind of financial donations, but if you would like to, then maybe at some point we'll set up an account where people can do that as well. I really thought about that. But what I would love for in lieu of that is support. If you can donate an hour or two a week to view some of the programs, to jump on the live streams, to subscribe, to share, to get the word out that we're here. And after 4 months, we ain't going anywhere. We're just going to keep on growing. I appreciate it. Appreciate everybody that's trusted us with their content, people that are looking to advertise with us, and people who are just simply looking to view, get a different turn on what's going on out there in the world. Really do appreciate it. Guys, thank you so much. And until next time, wear a damn mask. Ciao.
And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the figures. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it.
And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the figures. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it.
And it was a major success. What we did was we brought in entertainment insiders to speak to attendees about their journey to success. Then a vision came about, and the SITA Awards was born in 2017. And the SITA Awards brings artists together from filmmaking, playwriting, choreography, and we honor